Whoever said buying books and reading books are two different hobbies, that person is so right. Just get them a medal right now because that's so true. And hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys missed me because I've been posting slightly irregularly. In my defense, my exams are starting in literally 3 days while I'm recording this, and it's a difficult exam to say the least. And what am I doing? I'm sitting here talking to a camera and not studying like I should be doing. Anyways, that's not the point. So you guys might be seeing this not until later in the month, but I have a very fun exciting book haul to show you guys. So I really wanted to do a book haul where I showed you guys everything I have received from publishers. So all of the books I've received from publishers, and safe to say I have a huge stack. And yeah, so I'm just gonna go in no particular order and I'll tell you who it's from, about the book, if I've read it yet, if I haven't. So yeah, and this iced tea is single-handedly saving my ass through summers, and I'm not even kidding. Anyways, so also, how random, but like, look at this bookmark. It says pretty girls read books. Anyways, yeah, so this also seems like the right time for me to make a disclaimer. So whenever you tap on a book haul video from any of your favorite book influencers or book bloggers, booktubers, whatever that may be, please let me be one of your favorite book influencers. Please, please, please. I'm gonna be very sad otherwise. Anyways, so yeah, whenever you look at a book haul video, just remember that them showing you 15, 20, 25, even 10 books is not normal, because that is literally their job, because they do what they do, because I do what I do, is that I get these many books, and buying these many books on a monthly basis is just not normal, and it's not recommended because books are expensive. So just remember that, and I hope you guys like this book haul video. So I'm just gonna go in no particular order, and I'm just gonna take the books off here, and I'm just gonna start showing it to you guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you the books straight off. And the first book I have is Conversation on Love by Natasha Lunn, and I am not that far along. I'm like 30% in, and I'm just loving this book. I really want to take it bit by bit because it's just one of those books you can't binge read. Conversations on Love. So basically, this is a book where Natasha Lunn, she really tries to explore the idea of love. She tries to answer questions like vulnerability, friendships, loneliness, parenthood, redefining romance, and falling in love slowly. So all of these questions she explores through this book, and she does that through reaching out to authors and experts, and they give their stance on love and longing and all of that. It's just so brilliant and it's so wonderful. So some of the few people she reaches out to are Philippa Perry, Dolly Alderton, Candace Williams, and yeah, so I have just been loving this book, and I have just like loved every single second I spend with this book, and it's so wonderful, and it's written in like this email newsletter format. And yeah, so this is from Penguin India, and this is just such a wonderful part of a campaign they're doing. It's called Bundles of Empathy, and I am just so in awe of this book, and it's just so incredible. I love this book, and I know I'm going to be so sad when I finish this. So next book we have is The Boyfriend, and I just love this book. I love this book. I love Frida McFadden. She is truly the queen of thrillers, and I read this, of course, in one sitting. It was so good, and I rated 3.75 stars. It's not my favorite Frida McFadden book, but it's so good, and it's just really incredible. So it's basically about this young woman, and she's looking for the perfect man, and that man is looking for a perfect victim. And the plot twist, you're just never gonna see it coming, because that's typical Frida McFadden style, and I just love this book. It's so good. My favorites are The Inmate, Body, and The Crash. I just finished The Crash last night, and it was so good, and I highly recommend anything by Frida McFadden. Honestly, she's just brilliant. The next book I have is also The Boyfriend was also sent to me by Penguin India. Okay, the next book I have is The Kamogawa Food Detectives. It's by Hisashi Kashi, and this was sent to me very kindly by Panmac India. And this is basically a father-daughter duo who own a restaurant house, and they have the capability to recreate any recipe from somebody's memory. Somebody's gonna tell them about a certain food memory and they're gonna recreate that recipe. And it's just so heartfelt, it's so wonderful, and I rated it 4 stars. I loved this book. It was so good. I just like finished it in 2 days, and just I have a soft spot for cats on the cover because I am such a cat person, and I used to dislike animals, but now I've converted myself into a cat person, and I just love cats on the cover. So this cover is so cute. Okay, so next up I have a beautiful arc, and this was a surprise book made from Penguin India, and this is an October 2024 arc, and it's called 24 Seconds From Now by Jason Reynolds. So, if I'm not wrong, it's about this 17-year-old exploring relationships and sex for the first time, and it's like a wonderful representation of what a 17-year-old teenager goes through, and I'm really excited to read this actually. So that's 24 seconds from now. And book I have is Yellow Face by Rebecca F. Fuang, and I'm so late to the party because I've been wanting to read this forever, and HarperCollins kindly sent it to me, and I'm just gonna devour it. And so basically this is about a failed writer and a failed writer who has a very successful writer friend, and when that writer friend dies, the field writer gets the opportunity to steal her manuscript and her identity, and not I mean not steal her identity, but like borrow her identity. And it's just like a wonderful representation of the publishing industry, about writers, and I'm just so excited to read this, and I just love this like reflective cover of Yellow Face. So yeah, and also when she steals her manuscript, the successful writers, there is somebody who's hell-bent on exposing her, so it just has like a mystery element to it, and I'm really excited for this one, and I've heard really mixed reviews for this one, so I'm intrigued to see what I think about it. The next book I have here is I Bet You'd Look Good in a Coffin by Katie Brent, and this is also sent to me by HarperCollins. And so basically I am just like on a thriller binge, and I love thrillers. I think also because it's exam season, I don't have the bandwidth to take on something really heavy, and I think thrillers are just perfect for that, so I can also get some reading in and also like have my mind relaxed for studying. So basically, this book is about a serial killer, of course. So my name is Kitty Collins, and I'm a serial killer. I don't want to kill. It's just so hard to resist. Some men really deserve it, and it just seemed so interesting. And like Blaze Bundy, an anonymous influencer spreading misogyny online, he's making it very hard for me to control my murderous urges, and I'm so like intrigued by this, and I'm so glad HarperCollins sent it to me, and I just know I'm gonna like finish this in like one sitting because I just love thrillers. We have is Breast and Eggs by Mieko Kawakami, and I just love Kawakami's work. I have only read Heaven, and this has been on my TBR for so long, and I'm so excited to read this. And I have actually no idea what this book is about, but the name sounded incredible, and I'm just gonna read out the blurb to you. So this is a radical and intimate portrait of contemporary working class womanhood. Breast and Eggs recounts the heartbreaking journeys of three women in a society where the odds are stacked against them. And this is one of Elena Ferrante's top 40 books by female authors. And it just, if Elena Ferrante likes it, this must be nice. So that's Breast and Eggs. I'm really excited to read. My nails are matching with the cover. How funny. Okay. The next book, I do have actually read it. It's Wild Side by Elsie Silver. So this was sent to me by Hachette, and this is a small town wrestler romance, and they're kind of rivals, and then they turn into lovers, and it's just so steamy, and it's so heartfelt. It's almost classic Elsie Silver. I have been loving the Rose Hill series, but unfortunately, I could not get into the Chestnut Spring series. And so, this is basically about this one woman, and she ends up together with her neighbor to raise her sister's child. And her sister basically left her child in custody of the neighbor, and of course the sister doesn't want to leave the child with a random stranger, so they come together to raise the child. They get into a marriage of convenience, and it's so good. It's so steamy. It's actually really nice. I rated 3.5 stars, if I'm not wrong. It's not my favorite from the Rosal series, but it's just like pretty good actually. It's not bad, so I rated 3 stars, if I'm not wrong. 3.25, I think. So my favorite still is Wild Eyes from the series, but this was also really really good. So that's Wild Side. Okay, so the next book I have is Can We Be Strangers Again? It was sent to me by Penguin India, of course, and this is about three friends who are bound by laughter, late night talks, and unspoken promises. But when two of them cross the line from friendship into love, everything changes. Betrayal shatters their world, leaving one friend to pick up the pieces while navigating her own complicated feelings. And this is honestly like I think it's like a college romance, or I'm not sure, but I'm actually really excited to see what this is about. And yeah, anything that revolves friendship and love, sign me up, because I just know I'm gonna love it, and I just know I'm gonna read it. So yeah, thank you, Penguin, and I'm gonna read this soon. So I'm gonna tell you guys when I do. So the next book I have is Hot Water by Bhavika Govil, and this is Bhavika Govil's debut novel, and this is also a book 2025 recommendation, and this is actually a really beautiful book, and I've already finished this. So it's about 9-year-old Mira, 14-year-old Ashu, and Ma harbor secrets. All of them confront questions that have no neat answers. Where is Ma's husband, for instance? Who does Ashu pine for? Why is Mira on the alert? And it's just basically about this one summer where all of those secrets come out and just everything starts to crumble. And they sent me just like a really cute PR box. It had like sunscreen, had a tote bag, it had some mango candy, and it was just like really cute. And yeah, so that's Hot Water by Bhavika Govil, and I think this is one of those books. If your favorite author is Anita Desai, and if you want to read something more underrated, I think this would definitely give you the same energy. Also, fun fact, I have been recording this for the second time because I did my whole intro and then I realized my phone has no battery and my phone just like dropped dead. So this is the second time I'm recording. Anyways, back to the haul. So this is Inspecting Manishi Investigates by CHO Matsumoto, and I just finished this like a few days ago. I loved it, and so basically this is not a fast-paced thriller. It's like really old-timey and really timeless, and it's about this one incident, and it unravels through like it just has two clues. It has one word called Kameda, and a really really strange and mysterious accent. And the detective, he's not your normal like brooding genius kind of a person. He's like obsessed with haikus, he loves his bonsai trees, and but he's also really really determined to find out the truth and to go to the darkest deepest corners of Tokyo and to find out what the truth is about this case. And it's also a searing critique of Japan in on the brink of cultural transformation. So if you want a thriller that just unravels really slowly, beautifully, and just like with a lot of dread, but also just so much more depth, and I think Inspector Manishi Investigates is perfect for that. So the next book I have is The Book You Want Everyone You Love to Read, and maybe a few you don't, by Philippa Perry. And Philippa Perry is a psychotherapist, if I'm not wrong. So basically this is a collection of advices to help you navigate all of your most important relationships, and I haven't gotten around to reading this. This is also part of Penguin India's Bundles of Empathy campaign, and I will read this when I'm done with Conversation on Love, because I think these are the kind of books that you need to take your time with, and you just can't like sit overnight and finish them, because you just kind of want to soak in the bits and pieces and just like the wisdom these books have. Okay, so I'm just gonna read you a bit of the blurb. Life is all about relationships and the quality of those connections, whether that's with family, partners, friends, colleagues, or most importantly, yourself. If you can get those relationships on a functional and even keel, then the other tricky stuff that life throws your way becomes easier to manage. And honestly, that's so true, because your relationships really do make or break your life, your mood, and your day. I think that's just so. Also, I just love the color combination of this cover. The really bright green and pink, it just goes so beautifully together. So that's Philippa Perry's book. I'm so excited to read that. I will read that after I'm done with Conversation on Love. So the next book I have is Another Day in Landor, and this is by Ruskin Bond, and I read this like a week or so ago, if I'm not wrong. So this is again, it's written in really classic Ruskin Bond style, and this was also sent to me by HarperCollins, and it's just sort of his life in Landor when he moved to that hill station, and it's a beautiful meditation on nature, on finding yourself, and just it just made me want to go to Landor so bad. And yeah, that's Another Day in Landor. And Ruskin Bond is just a legend for all the right reasons. Okay, so next book I have is a book of books by Sonali Vale. So Sonali Vendre is a celebrity here in India, and this is her book. So basically, in this book, this is a curated book about reading as a hobby, about what to read, about how to be a reader, about how to raise a reader. So it raises all these questions, and it also has 13 reasons why you and everyone should read. It's just basically a book which talks about books, and it's a book of books. And the why, the what, and the how. Why read? Why it's important to be a reader? Why start young? What to read with recommendations for your children, young adults, adults across genres, and for varied reading interests. And this is so cute, and it's just like so well curated because I feel like Sonali Bendre's love for reading, it just shines through in how this book is curated, and it has book recommendations, and just has so much more. So that's a book of books. Okay, now we have a chonky one by Ruchi Joshi. This is Great Eastern Hotel. I have no idea what this is about, but when I was interning at HarperCollins, I had the chance to work on this book, and I have been meaning to read this for a while. But because I have exams going on, I just don't have the bandwidth to start such a massive, hefty book. So yeah, but what I have heard is I've heard such incredible things about this book, and I'm so excited to read this. And thank you, Harper, for sending me this book. And that reminds me, Harper also sent me Notes to John by Joan Didion, and I just can't find it. It was there on my bookshelf like 5 minutes ago before I sat down to make this video, and when I went there to like get the books here, it just vanished. I don't know where my copy is. I also got Notes to John by Joan Didion, and I love this book. That was my first Joan Didion, and it's safe to say I'm gonna read more of her work immediately. And it almost felt really personal and voyeuristic, and I'm not sure how I feel about that because it was published posthumously, and selfishly, I'm glad I got to read it, but it felt a little wrong reading it, if that makes sense. Okay, so the next book I have is The Central Galip by Anisur Rahman, and as the book suggests, it is a collection of Galip's poetry, and this is such a beautiful cover. It was also sent to me by Harper, and I'm really excited to dive into this one. So the next book I have is I am so excited to read this. It's called The Favorites by Lane Fargo, and if you know me, you just know I love sports romance. Sports romance are my guilty pleasure, and there is just nothing in the world that can stop me from reading sports romance. And this book is described as part Wuthering Heights and part Daisy Jones and the Six. And if you know me, I just totally and completely adore those two books. And if that is what the endorsement says, I'm just sold. And I just know I'm gonna oops. And yeah, I just know I'm gonna love this so much. So this is about an Olympic skater, and I just love sports romance. That's all I can say. I am so excited to read this, and yeah, this is also a pretty hefty one. But yeah, I'm gonna read this after exams though. So why is this so annoying today? And next book we have is Careless People by Sarah Wynne Williams, and this almost reads like fiction and non-fiction at the same time, and it just reads like corporate gossip because this is basically about an ex-Facebook employee, and Sarah Wynne Williams is just spilling the tea on every single thing that went down at Facebook. And rumor has it Facebook tried to like bury this book and to prevent it from coming out, and yeah, that just made me want to read it much more. And yeah, so the shocking and darkly funny story of one woman at the heart of one of the most influential companies on the planet. Careless People gives you a front row seat to the decisions that have shaped world events in recent decades and the people who made them. This is just corporate gossip at its finest, and I'm so excited because I'm already like, I don't know, 20% in. I just go through books like multiple books at a time. So I'm 20% in. I'll let you know of my thoughts when I'm done. But that just like sounds incredible. You should go get it before it gets banned or like buried by Facebook. So The Wedding People by Alison Espach. I have been meaning to read this forever, for ages, and yeah, so they sent it to me, and this is, I'm not sure what this is about. I just wanted to read this because it was a Goodreads watch fiction, and I heard such raving reviews about this book. So I've been really excited to read this. That's The Wedding People. That's it for my book haul. I hope you guys liked it, and yeah, that's it. And I'm so grateful that I do what I do, that I'm a bookstagrammer, and now that I'm trying to be a booktuber, that I get to receive all of these books from publishers, and I am truly so grateful, and it's just one of the best feelings in the world. So yeah, that's it for my book haul, and I hope you guys liked it. And let me know in the comments if you've read any of these books, if any of these books are on your TBR, and if you'd like to read any of these books. Let me know in the comments. Let's talk. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you in my next video. And don't worry, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be regular after 28th May. So you're gonna be sick of me in June because my college officially ends in June. Oh, in May. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you in my next video. And happy reading, and bye.